Welcome to another Let's Play with Nikki, Batgirl, D'Angelo, and again we're here in World of Warships. I think I'm going to call this channel The Addicted Gamer. I've been The Addicted Gamer since 2006, I think it is, or 2007, and it's the website I own, and it's the email address associated with the other YouTube channel. So I think that's what we'll go with for now, and it might change over time because I think there might be someone that calls themselves that, but we shall see in the future. Regardless, I'm taking out the USS Cleveland class Tier VI destroyer. Well, of course it's not a destroyer. It is going to destroy some things today, but it is a cruiser. It's fast, it's nimble for a cruiser, and it pummels the opponents with high explosive ammunition that just sets the world ablaze. Now in this particular battle, I was extremely lucky. Now I'm trying to grind my way to the Pensacola, which is a Tier 7. I do have the Atlanta, which is a premium Tier 7, but it's more or less a ship that you play kind of sort of like this one. I haven't played the Pensacola even in closed beta, so I'm waiting to see how I do in that. Nonetheless, this is one of the grind games that I have. I've already unlocked the Pensacola with research points, but the 5,570,000 credits it takes to purchase it, I'm just short of. So the first few minutes of this game, I'm going to try to look around. I'm using a way to enable replays. I wasn't going to put this into the channel because I've done a couple of Cleveland videos already, but you know what? You can never have enough really good and lucky wins, and this is one of the ones that I'm going to have. Now, I have unlocked my 4th captain skill, and that 4th captain skill of course gives me plus 20% range to weapons under 155 millimeters, and I think that's perfect for the Cleveland, which has 152 millimeter guns. And I'm just trying to hit the destroyer from afar, and I am not going to hit anything from afar. One of the reasons is the Cleveland's guns take forever to get there. They're high arc or high ballistic trajectory, and really you see them coming from miles away and can move out of the way. They work best when they're inside of the 12 or 11 kilometer range, but still, here we're going, trying to get a few shots on I think that was... yeah, I'm firing on a Phoenix over there. So as we come around the corner over here, we're going to start to see the main force of our enemy. And that main force is made up of a couple of cruisers and a couple of battleships. And here is one of them. I can't even remember what the name of it was, and I'm too blind to read it on screen. But it's a Japanese cruiser, and we just start opening up on him, and he sees that we have a battleship, myself, another Cleveland, and he turns tails and runs. The Phoenix over there tried to fire on us when he came around the corner, but he's just not going to have enough range to get on us. I'm trying my best to stay in the game here and continue to launch some shells in the direction of what I thought was... yeah, there was indeed a destroyer over there, so maybe I was doing the right thing. At the same time, I'm trying to hit this Phoenix that's coming around the corner, and just trying to set him on fire, just so I can move on to the more deadly and distracting folks over on this side. As of yet, all I've done is shot down an airplane. Ooh, I totally missed those when I was playing. That would have been a bad thing. And here we go, launching on the Japanese cruiser again. And I think the mountain got in the way. And finally we set something afire, something the Cleveland does best. And we are now up to about 4 fighters and bombers that we've shot down. We have 1 fire. I'm trying to look around and see what's up there, and what I'm finding is it's mostly fighters that are engaging us. Cleveland looks so pretty for an American cruiser. It was an early design, but still had that very modern look. You can tell by the turrets that it really wasn't that great. At 200 52 millimeter guns. I think they're just about 5 or 6 inch. I think they're 6-inch guns actually. Alright. 152 millimeters. I'm so sorry. They're 152 millimeters. The Pensacola has 227 millimeters, and those are 8-inch guns. So these are 6-inch. 127, I think, are 5-inch. And, you know, we're setting more fires over here. Got something else burning. Turning ourselves, and we're going to do a little bit of tactics that you learn inside of Tier 3 with the St. Louis. The difference is the St. Louis has guns all around the ship, so when you do this turning fight, you're actually always bringing a gun that's in a certain place to bear on the enemy, and thus can continue firing. In a ship like the Cleveland, specifically one that's been updated to the max like I've done with this one, as you're doing this, you're forcing the turrets to turn and look at them. And that's why I'm looking at this view so I can show it to you. They don't turn as fast as the ship does. So you're not always going to have your weapons on target as you turn. And that's something I'm showing you here. We'll get back to the view from within the ship in just a few moments. Now, before the Cleveland, you have a couple of great cruisers with the St. Louis, the Phoenix, which starts off so-so, and I've had some amazing games in it after it's been upgraded, so it is an amazing ship. Phoenix is a precursor or a prototype to the Omaha, which is my favorite ship before the Cleveland. It was just an amazing run that I had in that. Since then, I've gone back to the St. Louis and had some great runs, and St. Louis, Phoenix, and Omaha are ships I'm always going to keep, as is the Cleveland. Well, that means I'm probably going to be a gold buyer or a premium purchaser of World of Warships, and that goes without saying. I think that's something that I will be doing. Alright, as we come around here, we've got the New York that we're firing on up here. I believe our friends and family are going to take this one out. But we keep on getting hits on it. We're up to quite a number of hits, 4 fires. So we're going to start focusing on this other ship over here, which I believe is the Arkansas Beta. And the Arkansas Beta is something that, you know, it's a great ship. It shows that you were in closed beta, so you're probably going to be a better captain than most people in the game at this point. But something about American battleships early on is that they're just really difficult to master. You have to be patient, you have to make sure you're in a pack, you have protection, and you have to make sure that you're accurate. So patient, in a pack, and accurate. And that's something that not everybody is in early tiers in this game. A lot of people just rush out and try to take people alone, and that's what happened on this side. You had a lot of people that were separated. If you look around and you see where I am, I have within a couple of kilometers, I have 3 other ships that were all focus firing, and another ship that's already gone around. See the Phoenix making a run to get around the mountain. Just going to launch a couple at it, hopefully hit it. But still, I'm going to start launching on this Arkansas Beta until we can actually take it out. So I think that this is, for now on, you're going to see my bird's eye view or my first person view of the game, instead of going back and forth until later on in the game. And yes, we have a assist on that one. They don't give assists, but that was pretty good. So it's time to turn our attention on this New York. New York class is a higher tier, and it's going to be a harder ship to kill. So we're going to start taking on the New York in a few moments, and my higher skills on my captain are enabling me to actually hit it from afar. Oh god, this is going to be clearly a seal clubbing. Somebody probably got disconnected. I'm not going to say that they rage quit, because there was no way to know who was going to win the game at this point. In fact, for a few moments it looked like we were going to lose. But this is a DC'd ship, so this kill doesn't really, or shouldn't really count. But what it is doing is it's giving me an opportunity to do gunnery practice and to show you something about how, if you look at how many of my shots are hitting, look at where I'm pointing. I'm pointing about 45 degrees off of the target. And that's so I could approach the target, get closer, and also have the best opportunity to get as many of my shots on target as possible. If you look at the Cleveland next to me, he's only getting 6 shots at a time on him. That's because he's going straight at him. There we go, we got him. And going straight at him means that you're only going to be able to bring your front turrets to bear. So if you are approaching the enemy, make sure you always do it on a 45-degree angle so you can get all of your turrets to actually lock on to the target. So the next target up is going to be a very lucky opportunity. Remember how I said Lucky Cleveland? That's the name of this particular match or this particular video. It's because I just stepped in it in this one. So far we have like 107, I think it is, hits. And we're going up for cap because they're starting to cap our base. There's no way we're going to get back to our base in time. We have a couple of good carrier drivers. They're probably going to do their best to take them out. I think this is the closest. Did they hit me? No, they didn't hit me. But the closest to me actually getting hurt by the air is by dive bombers. And you'll see the rest of that story as the rest of this mission unfolds. So we launch our fighter to get a tiny bit more range. I mean, it's not going to give us a lot more range, but it's going to give us a tiny bit more range of detection. And look at this. There is another New York over there, I believe that is. Like I said, blind as a bat, but I think that's what it was. Not 100% sure. I know that there's a Bogue somewhere out here. Oh, look, there he is. And he's on almost no hit points. So I start launching at him again. My 4th skill point on my captain has given me greater range, so I can engage him from out far. Again, making sure that I'm on a 45-degree to 30-degree angle so I can bring all of my weapons to bear. That's not exactly what's happening here. I'm only getting 6 on because he is almost out, and we took him out. Alright, here comes the greatest threat to us in this game, and this is where I give the name of this video. The Lucky Cleveland. And it's lucky because we have somebody that comes and does something very gallant, very, well, you will see. Alright, so we're going to get ourselves in the cap in a few moments, but until then, we're going to have to take this New York on, and we're going to have to take on the full Japanese, or let's just say the enemy aircraft carrier might. And that means that we're going to be distracted and moving ourselves around and looking at the sky and looking at the ship and not always focusing on firing. Want to make sure that we don't take any massive, oh god, and we did, we took a massive hit. So that's what I was scared of, and I was like, alright, I'm just going to get as many hits on this New York as I possibly can, set him on fire. And of course the New York does one thing that you should never do, and that's he starts using his repairs right away. He put that fire right out. But you're fighting a Cleveland. And you're fighting another cruiser that could set you on fire. And all I did was just set him on fire again. But he returns the favor and citadels me. Or possibly doesn't citadel me and just hits me for a ton of damage. But then he does what I wasn't doing. He focused on me so much, he hit the island. And that gave me an opportunity to start taking out parts of his ship, steering particularly, and to start pummeling him and setting him on fire again and again and again, and just taking off different pieces of his ship. And I am getting so lucky here. That could have taken me out had he had a good shot on me. But here comes another cruiser from my team. And he's going to do one of the most heroic things to help us win this game. And I know it doesn't look like it. And he's going to get an achievement for it. And it doesn't look like it's totally selfless, but it was. Read chat if you want to see. He's trying to give me an opportunity to cap. All we have left is this guy, another cruiser, and the Japanese carrier. So essentially, if he could help me with this particular ship, take the attention off of me, launch torpedoes, keep firing, you know, stay close, he can give me the opportunity to burn this ship down. And that was awesome. He's essentially putting his life ahead of mine, or my life ahead of his, so we can win the game. So I'm going to jump in the cap. So that's what I'm doing. Before this, I was going to start running, but you know, let's go in here and let's do the right thing. And he does. There it is. He rams the battleship and takes him out. Amazing, amazing. So the rest of this match is just going to be me dodging everything that's thrown at me. So we've already taken out the cruiser and the battleship. And I think I have an idea. The idea is that their carrier is somewhere around C10, B10, ABC, 8, 9, 10, right in that area. And he could be anywhere over there. And I mean, honestly, you know that that's where he is because here come all of his torpedo bombers. Now, he was a higher tier, or a tier 5, so it's a second tier carrier, I believe. But I am able to just pummel him and take out most of the planes that are attacking me and forcing them to drop early. It's not him missing, but I used my skill, my anti-aircraft skill, the cooldown, and I was able to rattle his guys enough to miss, and that caused him to miss almost all of what would have been sure kills had he had the opportunity to take a clean shot at me. So I'm going to start turning in the other direction, and at this point, you know, people in chat were telling me, you know, good luck, you know, make sure you dodge them all, and I did, and people gave me kudos. But this is where I took away the opportunity for some of my teammates to potentially get a kill on that carrier, which was bad. The torpedoes, which we are not going to see because we're out of range, get 6 hits on that carrier and don't take him out. Torpedoes from airplanes generally are lower values, especially the U.S. torpedo bombers. So you see him over there. You see what's going on, and all of a sudden in chat he says, I got 6 hits and didn't even kill him. Next thing coming up is, should we cap or kill? They tell me it's up to me, and I look at it, and I look how far away the edge is since I did my turn, and I'm like, well, try to kill him, but I don't think I'm going to be out of the cap by the time we cap and win this match. That's exactly what happens. We cap, we win, it's over. Alright, let's see what happens. People are talking about it. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I think they kill him because the game just ends. But if you're looking at it, there's just ever so slightly, and it's over. That's it. So let's take a look and see how we did here. Alright, 255,000. That's almost what I needed. I need just a little bit more. 39, 36, 197. Wow, 155 hits. Put us number 1 on the board, but it was not that far ahead of our own carrier, who did an amazing job. Those six hits on the enemy carrier were probably something that gave him a huge boost. And on their side, yeah, pretty much the guys that we took out had the most kills. The Bogue and a couple of others. We did just about 78,000 in damage. Had hits on many ships, not enough to get Confederate, not enough to get high caliber, but hits. We took almost 27,000 damage ourselves, AP hits and bombs, but made the money that I needed to make. I'm just a few thousand credits short now of getting the Pensacola, and that was one of the better matches I've had in the Cleveland, and it was luck that that other cruiser came by and gave his life so that I may live. Thank you, whoever you were. And that's all I got for today, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video. And you all, well, guys, just be safe out there, and I'll talk to you soon.